Welcome to Vertical Football, and this is the 5 things we learned brought to you once again by Vertical Football. And this is Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0. Yeah, and this is the Champions League night in the breach. I'm very, very excited with the win. Yeah, Barcelona versus Chelsea is always the clash of the titans, but I think it's a different ball game this time around. We outclassed them in all aspects of the game, from the defensive side of the play, from the mid to the midfield to the attacking part. Even in the intensity and the physicality, I think we were better than Barcelona in this particular match. So let's go into the 5 things we learned. So the first thing for me, I think I want to speak about the first 25 minutes. The first 25 minutes, I believe, set the tone for this victory. Yeah, so we were speaking about that from the way we defended. I think we defended in the first 25 minutes 100%. We went into every tackle like we wanted to win it. We won every area. We won majority of the area deals. We won majority of the ground deals. The way Cucurella was hard on Lemmy Yamal, the way the boys were clearing their boxes. We considered some chances. They did not take their chance though. That miss from Ferran Torres could have changed the direction of the game, but we were just lucky. I think that was one of those parts where we were sloppy. Yeah, and at some point I saw a whole lot of space open, like a space opened, but defensively I think we did good job. We tackled them, we took the game to them, we were very intense, we were very physical with them. So in the midfield, I think we had control also in the first 25 minutes. There were times where they were coming into the game also, but you're looking at Caicedo breaking the play. You're looking at Caicedo coming from the back to win tackles. You're looking at Caicedo going in very hard on the Barcelona midfielders. And you're looking at Reece James also giving us that sense of control when he gets the ball, calms the pressure, drop the pass here, receives a bounce pass, switch the play, pass the ball around. Like, you get that sense of control from the partnership of Caicedo and Reece James. And then Enzo Fernandez just crowned the whole thing, from moving the play, from connecting the dots, from being the guy who forms the triangle like he has always done. Like, him being that guy who receives the ball on the right hand side and switch it over to the left hand side, being the guy who moves the ball, who box crashes. Like, I think it was perfect display from our midfield. And to the attacking to the final third is the quality of chances that we created. I think in the first 25 minutes there were quality chances created. The way we moved the ball, even in our set piece, even in the corners, we were threatening to them. We did a whole lot of things right in the first 25 minutes, and I think the momentum that we created in the first 25 minutes sets the tone for the next 75 minutes of the game. And so to the second thing is something that we have always spoken about in the name of the intensity and the physicality of the match. Yeah, and we have always spoken about the intensity and physicality of the Premier League compared to the way it is in La Liga. Yeah, it's something that they always suffer when they play against any English side. And we saw it in the Barcelona versus Newcastle match, the way Newcastle was really, really hard on them, but with some technical ability from some players, I think they were able to overpower the Newcastle guys. But in this particular one, they were packed under the bus with the intensity, with the physicality. They just could not cope. I was even seeing them at some points where they were moving the ball from the middle phase of the pitch into the attacking third, and when they are checking their back before they can turn to the other side and look at what's going on, somebody has batched them off the pitch. Somebody have batched them off the ball. Somebody is already eating them from my. And I think Chelsea, when we noticed that they could not cope with the intensity and with the physicality, we increased the volume. The guys began to become very nasty. They were pushing them, they were eating them, they were outrunning them, they were going into every challenge 50-50, winning area deals, winning ground deals, pushing them all around, fouling them professionally. And I think we really put them in a box where they don't want to be. And I think they found it very hard to cope with the intensity and the physicality of this match. And I think it was the most important factor in the victory of this particular match. So we go into the third thing, I would say, it's very obvious to everyone, which is taking our chances. Yeah, I think we we really took advantage of every chance that we created in this particular match. We created very high quality chance and we took them. And one thing why you see that is an advantage for us is you look at those 2 goals that they initially counted as an offside, and later on we were awarded those two goals. We awarded them as goals. If it was a moment where we did not take those chances, we wouldn't have known. Yeah, we just wouldn't have known, because imagine a scenario where the Liam Delap chance, it did not take it. They would not even bother going back to check the offside. And what next? It was just going to be an if. Because why? It did not take the chance. But because we created it and it took the chance, they stopped the play, went to check it, and eventually awarded it. So when you take your chances, it's just your own duty to take your chance. Let the ref go and later do his job. So for every chance that we created, I feel like we utilized them very well. And it's not coincident that we put the ball at the back of the net 6 times in this particular match. Out of 15 shots on target, we had 6 on target. 15 shots in total, rather. We had 6 on target, and we put the ball at the back of the net 6 times. And 3 out of it was counted as goals. So I just think that level is something I want to urge the Chelsea players to make sure that they keep up. Please, just keep that part up. Anytime you are creating chances, bury them. Take these chances. Don't care if it's an offside or it will be counted as an offside. Put it at the back of the net first. Allow the ref go and do their job. And if it is a goal, you counts for you. But when you don't put it at the back of the net, if they what's even the need of checking the offside when you don't put it at the back of the net? There's nothing controversial there. There's nothing to be checking there, because you did not bury the chance in the first place. So I'm very pleased with the boys, with the way they created chances and with the way they took the chances. I think that put us in a very, very good space. So let's go into the 4th thing. I think the 4th thing is about commitment. Yeah. I love the way the guys committed in this game. Their commitment level is, if you keep that in your relationship with your spouse or your babe or your girlfriend or whoever it is, I think you will create one of the best relationship ever. We played the game for 90 minutes. We kept the intensity for 90 minutes. We controlled the game for 90 minutes. We forced them into the way we want them to play for 90 minutes. The commitment to mark as a team was there for 90 minutes. The commitment to defend as a unit was there for 90 minutes. The commitment to run for the other person was there for 90. I can't say it's a perfect match, but it was something close to that. Yeah, Barcelona was sloppy on their side. There was red card on their side, but there was no complacency. That's just the main point out of the whole thing. There was no complacency. You get to a point where you are leading a club 1-0, and then all of a sudden, because you are leading 1-0 and they have gotten red card, you just retract back into your shell, and then the opponent starts to take control of the match. But even after the red card and after the first goal, you still saw the game management. We starting to wind them with the ball, pass the ball, allow them to jump into the tackle, then we go bounce pass, and then they start to complain. Somebody's supposed to press, somebody's supposed to do that, but we are forcing them into these situations. So I think I really give kudos for the commitment. I enjoy the way the guys went. I was looking at the match at 70-something minutes when Chelsea was already leading 3-0, and Rafinha was getting the ball on the left-hand side. You can still see how the team were defending as a unit. Like, you get to some points in not just Chelsea alone, even in any club, when you are leading 3-0 and then you just find out that the shape that the club is taking has disappeared. The shape that the players are taking has disappeared. But it was not the case in this particular match. The shape was still intact. We were still holding our defensive line perfectly. We were still making sure that we covered the central channel to force them to play on the wide side, which we know was not going to be fruitful for them. So it's just going back to give kudos to the commitment. I think I love the way the guys committed into this particular match. And to the last thing, it's just kudos to the gaffer. Yeah, I think the boss needs to take the praise. because we know how much lashes we give to the boss when the boys mess up. So I think when they do this perfectly, when they execute matches like this, when they execute the plans like this, we need to give praises to the coach also. So he's superb. I don't just know. It's just praises for Enzo Maresca, the way he set up his team, the orientation, to go man to man, to block the central channel and force them into playing into the wide channel, where we have devourers, people who are not going to allow you to do anything with the ball, where you have butchers, people in the likes of what's his name, Cucurella, people in the likes of Malo Gusto, people in the likes of Rich James, blocking those wide channel, and at the same time committing a whole lot of people into the central channel to block the play. I think that's tactical genius from this coach, and also taking advantage. Look at the setup. When you see the setup of Garnacho, Pedro Neto, Estevão up front, you know you want to suck them into the game and hit them on transition. These are all well thought decisions from the coach. I think we need to give him his praises. We need to take off the hat for him, because that was nice plan and nice execution from the guy. So guys, this is my 5 things that I learned from this particular match. I know there are a whole lot of things. I don't want to give special praise to any player. I think that would not be fair. Yeah, that would not be fair. This is a team performance. This is collective. Both the team, even Sanchez, look at those saves that he made. Two fantastic saves. I think it's just a collective performance from the guys. There's not going to be this one is better in this particular match. So these are my 5 things that I learned in this particular match. What are the things that you guys saw in this particular match that I have not spoken about? Please put it in the comment section and let's discuss about it. Thank you very much for sticking with us. This is brought to you by Vertical Football. Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0. Till we see you some other time. Namaste.